Good morning, ladies. How's it going? Hi, Luna. You got a milk Kit Kat. This is Luna. She's going to be my little helper today, apparently. Welcome back to your prenatal yoga classes. Today we are doing a practice for our lower back pain and also with our hip flexors still. This is always the ones that go through the most changes. These take the most of the force, the impact, the brunt of our pregnancy. So this is the ones that we definitely have to work more on as we're getting further along into our pregnancy. So we're starting in a seated position today. Whichever seated position works best for you. Normal cross legs, half lotus if you can still do it, or full lotus if you can. It's totally up to what works for you. And to start with, I want you to close your eyes, rest your wrists on top of your knees. Straighten the spine. If you need to, fold up a towel or a blanket and put it under your bum so that you can sit up nice and tall. Okay? You could use a yoga block as well if you need to have a little bit of extra room for baby. So with the eyes closed, wrists resting on top of your knees. Take a deep inhale through your nose and lift from the crown all the way up, stretching the vertebrae one at a time, lifting up. Hold. 2, 3, and exhale. This time I want you to collapse over your belly. As you do so, start to roll your back out. So start to arch your back away. So you're literally folding over baby. Okay? On your next inhale, sit tall. This time, try and arch your back forward just a little bit. So you're coming forward on the sit bones. And exhale, roll and fold. Inhale. Sit tall, arch your back. Exhale, roll and fold. Last one, inhale, sit tall. And exhale, fold. Come back to a neutral sitting position. Take your hands, reach them around behind and clasp your hands. Pull your fists, pull your clasped hands down towards your tailbone, to the base of your tailbone. So you're pulling open the shoulders, you're pushing your shoulders blade down the middle of your back. And on your next inhale, I want you to look up. Look up as high as you can. Stretch the front of your throat, the front of your shoulder, collarbone, the front of your chest. Look up. Exhale all the way down. Should create space in the back of your neck, between your shoulder blades. Inhale up. Look up, stretch the front of your throat, your neck. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Okay, release the hands. Bring them around in front of you. Sorry, out to the side. We'll start out to the side, sorry. And then out to the side, press your palms back away from you, like you're trying to clasp them behind your back again. But this time you're just pressing them as far back as you can on that parallel plane. Lean your chest forward as you inhale. Lift the head if you want to. And then as you exhale, bring the arms forward and feel like you're pulling your arms all the way forward. I'm going to turn to the side for you. So as you pull your hands forward, reach with your arms. Feel like they're pulling, like you're holding onto something really tight. Stretch the back of the shoulder blades. Inhale, arms go out and around. Open your chest, lift the head. Exhale, arms come in front. Stretch the back of the shoulders. If you want to round your back a little bit to make it a little easier, that's fine. Inhale, arms go back. Lift the head. Exhale and round. And come back to your neutral position. From here we're going to go into our downward dog. So we're going to do it nice and easy. Wherever you are in your seated position, uncross your legs. Okay? Bring both knees to one side and come up onto all fours to this tabletop position. This is everyone's favorite. It's a nice neutral position for our bodies. Okay? So with the straight back, tuck your toes, lift with the pelvis all the way up. Move up on that. A little too far. And here in downward dog, if you need to make your feet a little bit wider so you have room for baby, go ahead and do so. Let the tailbone lift towards the sky. Heavy arms, heavy legs. Pedal out the legs as you breathe. And come back just into downward dog. Let the head hang. Make sure your shoulders are away from your ears, pulling the shoulder blades down your back. Last breath here. For your next inhale, we're going to slowly walk our feet to the top of the mat. Make sure you've got you've got your distance, so if you have to be as wide as the mat with your feet, that's fine. We're just going to fold. Now if this is too much on your back right now with straight legs, bend your knees a little bit. Grab your elbows above your head. And just let it hang. Let go of your upper body tension or tightness, just let it hang to the floor. If you can, as you're doing this, straighten the legs. As you breathe in, lean over to the right side. Exhale to the left, just twist. So you're going to see you feel a nice side stretch down the side of the hips as well as in the back of the legs. For more of a low back, if you want to feel more in the low back, keep your knees bent a little bit. Always making sure that your tailbone shoots up to the sky as much as possible. One more breath here. Okay. Straighten the legs if they're not already straight. Release the hands to the floor. Inhale. Engage the core. Rise all the way up. Hands meet. Look up at your hands. And exhale, bring your hands to the heart center. Now from here, I'm gonna come to the front so I can show you guys. We're gonna do some low back bends and some side bends just to really stretch out that low back. So with your feet about hip distance apart, a little bit wider if you need, take your hands and put them behind you on the small of your back. Inhale, think tall, thinking nice and tall. Push your hips forward, using your hands to support your back. Push the hips forward. Let the head drop back if you can. And just hold, breathe. Only lean back as far as you can so you're not overstretching. There's no pain or tight pulling in your belly. Okay, you're just letting your back have a rest. This will also stretch out the front of your hips as far forward as you can. If this is as far as you can go today, that's awesome. If you can go a little bit further, then do so. 2 more breaths. Last breath. And come up. And we're going to go into our side bends. Keep your right hand on your right hip. Take the left arm up and over. So you're leaning over to the right side. Use your hand for support. Breathe into your left side. Wherever the tension or tightness is, whether it's up high or in the middle or down low, or even if it's lower below your hip, this stretch will get them all. Lean in as much as you can. Focus your breath on any area that has tension or tightness and breathe into that area. Don't force the stretch. Last breath. And come back up to center. Left hand on left hip, right hand goes up and over. Same thing on the other side. Three breaths. 3, 2, and 1. And come back up to center. This time take your hands, okay, interlock your fingers, push them away from you. Go up with your hands. Same thing, tipping over to the side. Gonna go to the right side first. Only go as far as you need or as far as you can. Remember, you're not supporting, this is all using your total body control right here, so go as far as you can. Hold for 3, 2, and for 1. And up, and the other way. 3, 2, and for 1. And come back to center, relax the arms, give the shoulders a roll, back and forward. Okay, take your feet about 4 feet apart, maybe a little bit wider. Okay, they're about double hip distance right now. We are gonna go eventually into a full forward fold here, as far down to the ground as we can, but we're gonna get into it the easy way today. Okay, so inhale, lift your arms nice and high. As you exhale, come to about 25 degrees. Okay, about 25 degrees. Inhale. Exhale, come to 45. Inhale. Come to 90. Reach away with your arms. Nice long straight backs. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Fold all the way down as far as you can. Okay. You need to take your feet a little bit wider, that's fine. Now you could have some yoga blocks here if you wanted to under your hands to make it a little bit easier. And let your head hang all the way down, looking back between your legs. Opening those inside hip flexors, stretching the backs of the legs. Inhale, half lift, just elongate the spine where you are. Leave your hands on your blocks or the floor. Elongate the spine. Exhale, fold a little bit further down if you can. And hold for a few breaths here. With each inhale, create distance and length in your body and your rib cage. And each exhale, just relax. Let go into the pose just a little bit more. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, inhale, come back to your nice flat back. Walk your feet in towards each other until they're just over hips distance apart. Okay, turn your heels in so you're kind of in a froggy stance right here. And from here we're going to go down into a squat position, root squat. So keep your hands where they are, bend your knees, sink the tailbone all the way down, bring your elbows on the inside of your knees, hands to heart center. If this is too much and you have to do a little bit one or come up on your toes, there are many different variations of this one for you. So if you want to bring your feet in a little bit closer and come up on your toes, if that's easier for you, then by all means do go for it. Remember, this is what works for your body, where you are in your pregnancy right now. Everybody's going to have slightly different pose. So if you need to be up on your toes, that's fine. On your next inhale, push the right knee out as much as you can. Hold for a full breath. And come back. One breath here. Next inhale, push the left knee out. If you have to drop that left hand, drop that left hand. You want to make sure you're trying to keep the hips straight as possible. Just push out with the left elbow. Hold for one breath. And come back to center. Right side again. Push the right side out. And come back to center. Left side again. Hold for one breath. And come back to center. Now, if you can do it from here, put your hands down on the floor beside your bum or behind your bum. Or even if you have one in front and one behind, and come to sit on the floor. Stretch your feet out in front of you. Okay? Give them a little wiggle when you're balancing on them. And come into a seated position. From here, we're going to start going into our pigeon poses to really open up those hip flexors. So, from here, we're going to start on the right side. Take your left leg out to the side, with your right foot to the front of your mat, and roll over up onto the right side. So your right foot's at a 90-degree angle to the front of the mat. Left foot's pointing straight behind you. Now, if you need to, if this is as far as you can go, stick a yoga block underneath your right hip to give yourself the distance that you need and for the support. If you can, try and lower your right hip all the way down to the floor. Sit down on that side of your bum. What a hold here. Okay? So you can look down, you can look straight ahead, you can look up too if you want. Just hold for a couple of breaths. Remember, each breath you're getting a little bit taller in your body, creating space in between your hips and down your thighs. And as you exhale, you just want to sink your hips down to the floor just a little bit. Hold for 3, 2, and for 1. Now staying where you are, come down onto your forearms and let your head hang forward over your body. Really stretch your spine. Holding for 3. As you inhale, feel like there's a string pulling from the crown of your head, pulling your spine forward, making more length. For 2. And for 1. And coming back up onto the hands. If you can, this is for more advanced people, if you can still do it, bring the left foot up behind you, balance yourself up in your right hand, grab your left foot with your left hand and pull it up. It's going to open up the left inside thigh, inside hip flexor. Hold for 3, for 2, and for 1. Okay, release the left leg. Sit down on the outside of your right hip and bring your left leg around in front of you. Pick it up so that your left leg is parallel to your body, and hug your leg into it. Okay? Try and keep the foot, your heel, your left heel, in line with your left shoulder as much as possible. Hold for 3, for 2, and for 1. Release the leg down. Now when you come into the other side, this time take your right foot behind you, sitting on the outside hip bone this time. Take your right foot behind you, hands in front, come up. Now your left foot is perpendicular to the front of your mat. If you need to, again, put a block underneath your left hip, underneath the left bum, so you've got support and to stay raised. If you can, create enough space. If you don't need it, take it away and pull, sit your hips all the way down the floor as much as you can. So nice and tall here in pigeon. Hold for 3. You can look straight or up. For 1. Okay, come down onto your forearms. Either come all the way down with your head or keep it straight, keep your back straight. As you inhale, feel like there's a thread pulling from the crown of your head, elongating your spine forward. And each exhale, just relax just a little bit over those hips. For 3, and 2, and 1. Coming back up onto the hands. This time the right foot, pull the right foot up, bend it up, grab it with the right hand. Stretch the front of your right thigh and the right inside hip, sorry. Hold for 3, for 2, and for 1. Release the hand. Sit down on your left hip, bring your right foot around in front of you. Pick it up so that it's almost in a 4 angle in front of you. And you're trying to get your right foot in towards your right shoulder, pulling that leg into you, sitting nice and tall. Hold for 3, for 2, and for 1. And relax. Take the feet out straight in front of you, give them a little bit of a wiggle. Now, I don't know where my children have put my yoga blocks today, but what you can do is, instead of laying down for Shavasana, use 2 yoga blocks if you have them. Put one on the short side up, the small of your back, and put another one long side up at the top of your shoulders, or rest down on your forearms, let the feet fall out, let the head drop back. Another alternate is butterfly or supported butterfly. You can bring your feet in, soles together, and let your knees drop out. Okay? And if you can still get down all the way into Shavasana, then do so. Either in open butterfly, feet straight down. Nope, 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 nope. And just relax. You can stay here as long as you like. Start from the top of your head or from the tips of your toes. And just let a wave go. Let a wave of total relaxation wash over you. Going into every muscle, every joint. Going down your face, your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your jaw, your neck, down your shoulders, down your arms and the sides of your body, past your heart, your diaphragm, across your abdomen, down your hips, your legs, your knees, into your ankles, the bottom of your feet. Each inhale, just expand your body with the breath, being mindful. And each exhale, completely surrender your body to the floor, or whichever supported position you are in. And you can stay here for as long as you like. Just take a few minutes to yourself. When you're ready to come out of it, bring your knees in together and just drop them over to the side. Roll onto one side. Doesn't have to be anything in particular, left or right. Use your top hands to push yourself up out of the Shavasana pose. If you're in the supported pose, using yoga blocks, put your hands down by your hips and push up out of the pose. And come sit in a cross-legged position to finish. Or if you're laying there and this video is finished, get up as you see fit whenever you're ready. So thank you so much for joining me today in this prenatal yoga, ladies. It's an honor to have you here. It's an honor to do these practices for you. This is great for our own well-being as well as babies, and helps relieve some of that pressure, that tightness, and that tension that we experience as we're going through our pregnancies. So we will see you next time. Until then, think good things, speak good words, and do good deeds. Namaste.